Are you tired of being sidetracked by unexpected expenses and feeling like financial freedom is an impossible to reach goal? Well, in this short video, I'm going to show you why planning for the unexpected is necessary and you can have fun doing it. Figuring out the essential parts of a good budgeting plan are why I've been able to raise my net worth by $100,000 since 2012. And I hope by putting out these videos, you'll gain financial success as well. Before I had this budget plan in place, I was consistently overdrafting my account and paying the price for it in fees, like $35 a pop. And you may be in a similar situation. You're thinking, I finally have my bills in order, and then your car decides to crap out at a stoplight. And when you bring it into the mechanic, he tells you it's going to be $800 to fix. So you put it on a credit card again, and it's at 25% interest. And now you have that to pay for on top of all the other debts you thought you had under control. So if you're looking to get out of this endless cycle of unexpected expenses, then today's topic might be for you. What I want to talk about today is having a buffer zone in your checking and savings account. The main idea that most healthy financial systems try to put in place is called a buffer. For me, that buffer evolved from starting to save $1,000 in my savings account, and when I had finally established that, I linked it to my checking account as an overdraft protection. Most banks allow you to link your checking and savings account, so if your account drops below zero, you won't incur any fees. The next logical step for me was saving another $1,000, but instead of moving that to my savings account, I just left it in my checking. And from there, I continued to grow my buffer to 3 months of expenses. But doing that is for another video, so we'll just talk about that later. So you might be saying to yourself, you don't understand how hard it is to save up $1,000. You can save up 100 maybe, but it's not possible. And my advice is to take it slowly. It doesn't have to happen overnight. It took me 6 months to save up my first $1,000 and not touch it. It might take you a year or more. It's essential though. You can't skip that step. If you're going to reach financial stability, think of it as giving yourself your own credit card with a $1,000 limit on it. Plus, if you can find a savings account that gives you a decent amount of interest, it can sit there and earn some interest for you. Your money can work for you. You might also be asking, well, what will this buffer do for me? It's essentially having self-insurance. When you have the $1,000 in your checking and your savings, it'll prevent things from happening that will put more credit card debt on you. You'll also be able to be a little bit more impulsive when it comes to paying for things at inconsistent times. Say you and your family are out later than expected and going home for dinner will leave everyone tired and hungry until you can get dinner made. If you have these buffers in place, you can have the peace of mind knowing that you can pay for everyone to eat out somewhere. Another question you might be having is, I can't find extra money. How is this possible for you? Like I said, I worked slowly toward this. It wasn't an overnight thing. And you heard me at the beginning, this has been a work since 2012. I started by just looking for as many things as possible that I was spending on that I could consistently cut out. You could cut out subscriptions or charitable donations that come out monthly. And after you've saved up the buffer, you could restart them if you want. Even if you've already saved it up, you could just restart those donations afterwards. The point is that you can find places where you're spending too much. If you want to negotiate with your credit card companies, I have scripts for that you could go over. You could lower your insurance costs, and you could also, this might be drastic, but you could temporarily stop your 401k donations so you don't, have that money going in for a little while, but it's going into an emergency $1,000 buffer. So what's the next step? If you want to work with me to get your buffer zones and everything else about your money mindset in order, Book a call with me and I'll help you get started on your mindful money reset. If you just want more tips and guidelines for being more financially healthy, follow me here on YouTube by clicking the subscribe button.